Which are the kinds of sentences? The first one, assertive or declarative. Yes. The second, imperative. Third, interrogative. Fourth, octative. And fifth is exclamatory. Okay. So these are the 5 kinds of sentences. The first one, assertive or declarative, which again is divided into 2. What is that? What you can say? Which are those? Affirmative and negative. Affirmative and negative. The next we have imperative. The next we have interrogative. Then we have octative and exclamatory. Imperative is wherein we use the words like which expresses a request, advice or a command. Interrogative sentences ending with a question mark which asks a question. Then we have octative. Okay, we have octative, that is it expresses a wish or a prayer or a curse. And last is exclamatory, which expresses a strong feeling of joy, surprise or a grief. Oh, wow, hooray. Such words come under exclamatory sentences. Okay. So, these were the kinds of sentences. Now, let us see further the difference between phrases and clauses. Okay, phrases and clauses. Both are combination of both are group of words as sentences. As we go for sentences, both are group of words. But there is a difference when it comes to phrases and clauses. What it is? Here there is no subject verb combination. And here there is a subject verb combination. What do you mean by this? That means in phrases it is only group of words. There is no subject, there is no verb. Understood? But when it comes to clauses, it is group of words, but along with that you have a subject, you have a verb. For example, here if I put on the wall near my house. Okay, so here you can say near the house. So here there is no subject, no verb. So here this is called as a phrase, only group of words. But the same thing, if you write it over here, Rohan ate the apple. Although this is a group of words, the sentence is combination of group of words, it has a subject. Rohan is a subject. That is, he is doing the action. He is a doer. Along with you have a verb, ate. Action word, eating. So, Rohan ate the apple. So, this type of sentence wherein there is a combination of a verb and a subject is called as a clause. Clear to everybody? Any difficulty between a phrase or a clause? I repeat once again. Both are group of words, but phrases, there is no subject verb combination. Clauses, there is a combination of subject and a verb. And that means in a sentence, there is a subject and there is a verb. Here, it is just group of words. Clear to all? Any difficulty? Shall we proceed further now? Shall we proceed further? Yes. Okay. Today, we are going to start with something new. We are going to start with something new. That is nouns. Now, this topic now you have been learning since maybe when you were in first, second, third, fourth, and then now you are in 8th standard. So you know what is the meaning of a noun. What is the meaning of a noun? Can anyone tell me? Yes, what is the meaning of a noun? Okay, let me write it this side then if you are not able to see. What is the meaning of noun? It is a name of a person, place, animal, or a thing. Isn't it? So noun is a name of a person, place, animal, or a thing. This you have already learned in your lower class. Now, which are the kinds of nouns? Can anyone tell me the kinds of nouns? The first one, proper noun. The second is common noun. Next is which? Collective noun. Fourth is material noun. And fifth is what? Abstract noun. Okay. So, in today's topic, we are going to learn about nouns, name of a person, place, animal, or a thing. And then we have kinds of nouns. So, we have 5 kinds of noun here. Proper noun. Proper noun tells us the name of a person or name of a place. Got it? For example, proper noun here I write Reena, Mumbai. Then the names of the mountains, names of the rivers, okay, the Ganga, Mount Everest, which is not common and which is only one. So that we call it as proper noun. Then comes common noun. Common noun is what? Which is common in everything. Which is common in everything. For example, chair, tables, trees, children. These are all common noun. Okay. The next we have is collective noun. What is the meaning of collective noun? Which is, it is a collection of person or a thing taken together at once. Okay, collectively it is taken at once. For example, if you are gathering some sticks, one, two, three, four, and then what happens? You collect some 15 to 20 sticks together, and when you tie it, what it becomes? It becomes a bundle. Yes, it becomes a bundle of stick. So here for collective we have bundle. Then we have bunch of keys. When you gather all the keys and you make a bunch and you tie it, make a key holder, that is called as a bunch. So it gives you a collective noun. Then a herd of cattle walking on the road. What do you say? A herd of cattle is going. For example, the same thing you go for flowers. When you collect all different flowers and you make a bouquet. Yes? So, the collective things of people or a thing which gives you collective noun. Then we have material noun. Now, what is the meaning of material noun? It is a naming word for the material of which something is made of. For example, iron, cotton, gold, silver, then plastic. These are all materials out of which we make things. So here we can write iron, we can write gold, then silver, then we can write plastic, etc. So all the materials out of which we make things, those are called as material noun. Got it? Next we have as an abstract noun. That is a naming word for a quality or a state of mind or action. We cannot see, but we can feel that. For example, if I say happiness, happiness, sadness, wisdom, etc. So these are called as what? Abstract noun. That is a naming word for a quality or a state of mind or action. So here these are the 5 kinds of noun. Proper noun, common noun, collective noun, material noun, abstract noun. Clear to all? Any difficulty in this till here? Shall we proceed now? Any difficulty till here? Have you all followed? Are you all following what is being taught, children? Any doubt till here? Page number here it is 170. Okay. On your pull-out book, page number 70. Okay, we will proceed with the next now. Yes. Okay. Now when you study about nouns, we have one more thing, that is countable and non-countable nouns. Countable and non-countable. What is the meaning of countable and non-countable nouns? Yes? Anyone? Countable and non-countable nouns. What is the meaning of countable? Which you can count. Yes? Some objects or people or anything wherein you can count and tell me how many they are. For example, if I say students, you can count. Then books, chalk, table, vehicles, fruits. these all are called, there are n number of, many are there. Okay, names of things, names of objects, and people, boy, girl, mother, father, trees, chairs, flowers, these all are countable. We can count. So it comes under countable nouns. Uncountable nouns are what? Which are, which cannot be counted. For example, if I say air, can you count air? No. Then darkness, honesty, happiness, bravery. So these are few nouns. Here you can say these are all abstract nouns which are not countable. We cannot count them. But these are what? The objects wherein we can count. Okay. Now we move on to the noun gender. Now, what is the meaning of noun gender? In that we have again four types. This you have already learned, children. Masculine gender, feminine gender, neuter, and the common gender. Got it? Masculine gender, it relates to male persons, boy, man. Got it? And feminine relates to what? It relates to the girl. That means lady, woman, mother, sister, aunt. These are all feminine. Then it is common gender. That is either it is male or a female. For example, friend. It can be a male, it can be a female, girl or a boy. Then teacher. Teacher can be what? It can be male, it can be female. Okay. Then we have student. It can be a girl, it can be a boy. And then we have neuter gender. Neuter gender means all non-living things we say. Pen, book, wall, paper. Okay. So I shall write here. There are four types of noun gender. The first is masculine. Then next we have is feminine. Then we have is neuter. And then is common. Okay. Four types of noun gender. Masculine. Example. Boy. Brother. Father. Then which else you can say? Hero. Lion. Okay. Then we have feminine. Same. Girl. Sister. Mother. Heroine. Lioness. In neuter. Okay. In neuter gender, we have all the objects, that is non-living things. For example, pen, paper, book, ball, chalk. These are called neuter gender. And then in common you have again friend. Common. Because it can be a male, it can be a female also. Then you have student. It can be a girl, it can be a boy, any. Okay. Then again we have cousin. Cousin brother, cousin sister. So, but together we call it as cousin, isn't it? Then again we have in common teacher. Then we have child. Child can be a girl and a boy. A child is crying. Okay, you can commonly call as a child is crying. A student is studying. Any student can be male, can be a female. My cousins have come from London. It can be girl, boy, both. Got it? Your cousin sister, cousin brother. So either male, either female. It is called as a common gender. Neuter, wherein there is no life in that. Okay. So, for example, pen, paper, book, ball, such ones. Feminine and then the masculine. So, these are the four kinds of noun gender. So, what did we learn today now? Today we learned about nouns. We learned about types of nouns, proper noun, common noun, abstract noun, material noun and collective noun. Then we learned about countable and non-countable. Countable nouns are what? Wherein we can count the objects or the people. It comes under countable nouns. And non-countable are what? Wherein we cannot count. We cannot count them. Next we move to the noun gender. We have four kinds of noun gender: masculine, feminine, neuter and common. Clear children? Till here at least it's clear. Any doubt? Whatever has been taught till now? Any doubt? Who is that, Sandhya? What are you chatting there? Personal chat? I said not to chat, no? Sandhya and Spandana, please stop your chats. Is it clear to everybody? Any doubt now? Yes, children? Any part you have not followed and you want me to explain? Okay. The last part of this, we will go to noun number. What is the meaning of noun number? Singular and plural. Understood? Noun number is what? Singular number and plural. Noun number. Singular, plural. What is the meaning of singular? Single person, one. Plural, many. Got it? Book, books. Child, one child, many children. Yes? Next, pen, pens. Knife, knives. There are few changes in the spellings. Wherein C-A-N-I-F-E, you have to remove this F and it ends with B-E-S. Your child. You don't say childs. We say children. And there are few words wherein it doesn't change. It remains the same. Got it? For example, now, if I say scissors. Some nouns are used only in the plural. You don't say scissor. Give me a pair of scissors. So it remains the same. Spectacles. Don't say spectacle. Spectacles. Trousers. Jeans. Shorts. Already it is given as S. Jeans. Shorts. You don't say short. Give me a short. I wore a short. You don't say that. I wear shorts. I had worn shorts. Got it? Then some nouns seem to be plural but are singular. For example, news, politics, mathematics. Mathematics subject, it is one subject but it ends with S, mathematics. Got it? Then news, one news. Give me one news. But other news also. So news itself again singular plural is the same. And some nouns are used both singular as well as plural. For example, ship. Ship only doesn't change. Got it? Ship remains ship. Fish. Fish. Then we have deer. It remains deer only. Understood? Other examples are what? Son, sons, daughter, daughters, mother, mothers, father, fathers, cloth, clothes, shoe, shoes. Okay, so singular and plural. When you are writing in plural, either we end the word with s, or we end with ves, or we end with only es. Got it? For example, if I write photo, photos. But there are few words wherein we don't use s or es. Here I have written child, children. And there are few words wherein we don't change at all. Ship, ship, fish, fish. One ship, many ship only. One fish, many fish. There are many fish in the aquarium. Deer, deer. Understood? And there are some words which are already plural. As I said, scissors. Give me a pair of scissors. I wore jeans. Jean you don't say, jeans, which is already ending with S. So you need to be very careful when you are using such words in your speech, when you are communicating with each other. Clear to everybody? So is this clear now? Noun number. That means singular and plural. Singular is one, plural is two. I mean more than one. Many you can say. Star, stars. Okay. Tree, trees. Classroom, classrooms. There are a number of examples wherein you can have it. Is this clear, children? Clear to everybody? Any difficulty till here? We have covered with your second topic, that is nouns. And the exercise in your book, page number 173. You need to solve that exercise. 173 and 174. You have to solve. And before that, the first topic, the sentence on that exercise number 1, that is page number 168, 169, you need to solve. So altogether there are two exercises in the first topic and two exercises in the next topic. So please make it a point, solve it, attach it, and you can send it in the app. I'll correct and I'll send you. Clear to everybody? And those who don't have the text, I mean this book, I'll just click today and I'll send it in your app. You do it in your notebook, behind, backside. Start from behind. Write today's date, write the topic name, and start solving the exercises. When you are submitting your books for scrutiny, that time I will check. Clear to all? Any doubt now? Is there any doubt? Yes, children?